Okay, so we're moving on to the last part of the CSS styling section. So if you did a good job up to Quick Start 5, then you can just carry on from there. If you would rather have a fresh start, then just download the MogHub website Quick Start 6 zip file. I've done that, so I'm just going to unzip it, take that MogHub website folder, pop it on your desktop to replace the one that was there, and then just open Dreamweaver and everything should connect up. Now there are a few changes I want to make, and I'll explain to you in a moment why. So for the index page, let's just zoom out a little bit here. When you are working with decoration, you should always be looking at a page and asking yourself, is this content or is it decoration? So this image here, this sort of hero shot of this cat, is decoration. In other words, if I remove it, the page meaning is still the same. It's not like it's a product photo or something like that. So I would consider this to be decoration, which means it should not be hard-coded into the HTML. It should be applied using CSS, so that if there isn't, if CSS is not running properly on a person's computer, it doesn't mess up the content or the meaning of the page. So always think, if I remove CSS, will this page still make sense? So I want this image to be a decorative image in the background only. So I'm going to find the image in the HTML. Here it is here. And I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to put it back as a main CSS style. So you'll see that our CSS has changed a little bit. We've got a CSS styles.css and then we've got a style sheet.css. So what's happened there is that when we added the web font, it automatically made a new folder and a new style sheet for that web font, and you'll see that they are actually reflected here. So the style sheet for the web font is here and my style sheet is here. Don't mess with that, just leave it as it is. If I go to the files section, you'll see that there is now a web fonts folder, and inside there is the style sheet. Now this font folder that I made initially, I can actually remove now. It's not serving any purpose. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Whoops. There we go. And everything will still work because the web fonts folder was automatically created. So that's saving us a little bit of space on our website. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my style sheet and I'm going to look for the selector for main, and at the moment that has got pretty much nothing in it. So I'm going to add a background image. Here it is, background image, browse, and I'm going to choose that hero shot. So now it goes in as a background. The problem now is that my background is too strong. So what I want to do is screen it back a little bit, and this is how I'm going to do it. Is in my code, I'm going to take from the H1 all the way through to the end of the clearfix line, and I'm going to wrap it in a new div tag. So Control or Command T, div, enter, and then I'm going to take this ID for home info and cut it and put it in for that div. Okay, so the home info is now the div tag, and so if I look at that here and I go to home info and show set, you can see that it's width 100%, it's got some padding in there, and it's got a background color. Now what I want to do with that background color is screen it back a little bit. So I'm going to click on it, and instead of using a hexadecimal code, I'm going to use an RGBA color code, and I'm going to take the opacity down to 50%. Enter. So you can see that now we are seeing that background image from the main section coming through because the background color for MogHub is set to to a transparency of 50%. Okay, so that's what I want, but now the problem with this is if I go to my other pages, like bookings, I have a background image which I don't want. So I need to remove that from the other pages. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to make a selector for the other areas. So bookings, comma, and what are the other pages? Gallery, comma, volunteer, comma, membership. And all that I'm going to do with these ones is set the background image to none. Whoops. Okay. And so let's just preview this. So file, save all, and preview in Chrome. Okay, so we've got our background image on the home page, and then for the other pages there's no background image. There's our form. Okay, and we're now good to go. Okay, so that is basically the styling. It's a very simple web page, but it will give you all the skills and tools that you need to be able to experiment with CSS. Next we'll be moving on to building some responsiveness into this website. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you next time.